to teach you the fastest and safest way to put in hand-tied extensions. This video is going to be great for beginners, people that are looking to get involved with hand-tied hair extensions but are maybe nervous about taking a class or spending a ton of money on a class. I do have classes for sale below, but this will be a free course on a simple, fastest, easiest, safest way to put hand-ties in for any newbies. Remember, hand-tied is the name of the extension, not the method, so this will be a braided method that I'm going to be showing you. Let's get right into it then. So first, let me just start by saying every client is different. So from length to thickness to density, so make sure that you are doing a very thorough client consultation for your extension clients, as well as color consultations, matching them up, making sure that you're matching them in appropriate light, making sure that you are trying to get the closest match as possible, because the less color matching that you can do to their own hair, the better.
Okay, let's talk key points when applying extensions. Always stay 2 finger widths away from the part and the hairline. Never go below the occipital bone, which is where the head starts to curve, in the back of the head. Now you are going to find the ear using a rat tail comb and go directly above the ear to make a 30-degree angle that's going to go around the head all the way across to the other side to the opposite ear. And that is where you'll stop. Now you use some duckbill clips to clip that section out of the way, as well as more to clip the underneath section out of the way to make it nice and neat and easy for you to now start your braid. So now that you have your sections all nice and neat, you're going to split this big section into 2 right down the middle in the back of the head. Clip that other section up, and now you're going to start your braid on this side. And you're going to do on scalp braiding all the way to the middle of the head. Once you get to the middle, you're going to then tie it off with a rubber band. So as you can see, we have a nice tight on the scalp braid, starting a little bit skinnier at the very beginning, getting a little bit wider towards the back. And now you're going to repeat on the opposite end, on the opposite side. Now you're going to take this section down, again clipping the rest of the hair out of the way to keep it nice and neat and easy for you to braid. And you're going to start again above the ear and do an on scalp braid all the way back to the middle of the head again, and then tie off with the rubber band just as you did on the other side. After braiding, you will need a C-curve needle and cotton or nylon thread, and you are going to attach the thread to the needle, then put the needles through the braid, and you're going to pull the needles through till you get about 5 inches left on the thread, and you are going to make a knot in the thread to tie the thread, the end of the thread, to the braid. So needle through, pull it through, till you get almost to the end, so you have just enough thread to then tie a knot so that you can tie the thread on, right to the braid. After you're done, you can snip the other tail. And now you're going to sew these two tails together. Going behind the braid, and through your loop and pulling tight to secure. So behind the braid, through your loop, and then pulling tight to secure. Once you have succeeded in sewing the two tails up, you will then tie a knot again once to finish to tie it off, and then you will cut the excess string off. Now you have your hand-tied wefts, and you will stack and layer them on top of this braid. You can use pin curl clips to help secure the hand-tied wefts onto the braid. A quick tip: before you begin to make your sections, always measure your hand-tied weft across your head so that you know the length of the braid that you should be making. Okay, once you have the hand-tied weft clipped to the braid, you will need your needle and thread again. Once threaded, you are going to do the same process where you put the needle behind the braid and the weft, and then you're going to pull the thread through until you get to about 5 inches on the end again, and you're then going to tie a knot. You can secure the knot with a tiny drop of brush on adhesive glue just to be safe if you would like, or you could tie the knot multiple times just to give it that extra security. You're going to need your needle and thread again, and you're going to go behind the braid again and behind the weft, pulling the needle through till again you get to about the last 5 inches, and then you're going to tie a knot. And you can secure that knot by tying multiple knots, or you could also use a little brush on adhesive right directly at the knot. Make sure you do not get anything onto the weft or the hair, just to give it a little extra security. Then you're going to cut off the remaining tail again. And now you will repeat the same process of going underneath the braid, under the weft, coming back out, and then through the loop, and then pulling the thread and that loop right up to the nice and snug at the top. So let's do that again, going underneath the braid, underneath the weft, having your loop, making sure that you always keep your loop to your left side is key. Every time you're putting the needle underneath the braid and then coming back out, keep your loop to the left, then dive your needle back down through that loop and out the other side, and then pulling the thread tight to the scalp. Also, the loop goes all the way up, and then again pulling out through the loop, pulling the loop tight up to the top, and then on a repeat process all the way till you reach the opposite end. Once you reach the opposite side, you then can cut the string and tie a knot to secure the end of the stitching. If you would like, you could also again add a little brush on adhesive glue to just give a little extra security on that knot. And then cut the remaining tail. And now you have completed your first row of hand-tied extensions. Usually with the first row, you can stack at least 3 to 4 hand-tied wefts on that bottom row. Most likely you will, if you're doing a full head, you will be doing a second row. So this is just the first one. Now you can take down the rest of the hair to then make your second parting for the second row. Again, going at about a 30-degree angle, you're going to go from, and spacing the two rows about 2 finger widths apart, you're going to go from temple to temple. Making neat and clean partings is essential for any type of extensions that you're doing. So take your time and make sure that you really focus on making even, neat sectioning. That will always ensure comfortability and flawless extensions. Although, as you can see, I am working on mannequin hair, which is always wonky. Now that you've finished parting, you can clip up the top, and now you're ready to apply your second row of hand-tied extensions, and just repeat the process.
Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today. I would love it if you would like, share, or subscribe, and please comment below with any questions that you may have for me. Until next video, see you soon.